What up, what up, what up, everybody? Hopefully, you all are having a wonderful time on this Valentine's Eve. One of the cool things about today is that we'll be diving into is really looking into how in the world to survive Valentine's Day, whether you are in a relationship or even single. So, as you see today, I got my love tie. This is the only thing really that's red that I got, but we're gonna live with it. So before we dive into that, let's go ahead on and get into what it is that can help you build that strong love that you're looking for. And I would say I gotta do my intro, so you gotta get paid. All right. Hopefully you get paid. You're listening to the About That Water podcast. We'll be right back after these messages.
Low credit score dragging you down? Score Boost by Smart Credit helps you maximize your score by showing you exactly how much you need to pay off and by which date to gain the most points. Pay less and gain the most points the fastest. And you can start just for $1. Click the link in the bio, save thousands. Don't wait.
Even the best and the brightest this world has to offer have coaches and mentors. Build strong money-making behaviors by applying financial concepts and strategies with Anthony Weaver on the About That Wallet Show. It's time to get off the bench and get in the game. Now, here's your host, Anthony Weaver.
What up, what up, what up, everybody? So thank you for coming through. And if you haven't already, go ahead on and like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because this is where it is going to be happening. I mean, it is what it is. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because Valentine's Day tomorrow, you guys. Like, I'm not stressing out or anything, but I'm just saying it's like if you haven't bought your stuff already, it's just a wrap because cards nowadays are $10. And I'm like, usually they only like 50 cents. Just take yourself to the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General. If you got a card stock, better get creative. If you really want to get that one person in your life that you really do cherish them, just get them something. Even though you're like, well, Valentine's Day is all the time. It shouldn't have to be just one day. Just get them something. And when it comes to the guys, I don't care who you are. You would appreciate if your special someone got you some flowers, got you some chocolate, got you maybe a bottle of wine. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong. Or even just a little gesture. You'd be so amazed and so happy. Because to me, I'm like, yo, if you send me some balloons and some chocolate, I'm happy. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I feel all giddy on the inside. I don't know about you all, but that's how I'll be because it'd be out there. But yeah. So if you haven't already, just drop in the chat where you from, where you listening at. But we're going to get into a little bit of history about Valentine's Day. And the reason why I want to bring this up from a financial standpoint is because this stuff is expensive. Not just expensive, but it's one day out the year. Like it's bringing billions of dollars for one day. Doesn't even include both sexes. Just majority of the time it's just for the ladies. And we're about to get into this Valentine thing too. I mean, let's check this out. So Trona, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Happy New Year. Happy all the fun stuff. You know, we'll give you a little round of applause for showing up. All right, so let's get into the history of Valentine's Day. And this is from Britannica. They did a little bit of history wise. It's complicated. So let's see what they got. Crap. You know what? I just thought about it. Because of the music, they might audit me. God dang it. This is part of doing the research. They got a transcript here. Well, I'm gonna have to read. You know what? Instead of me doing the transcript piece, I'm gonna do this. I got something even better. I've been playing around with AI. Y'all know I love me some AI. So what I did was I asked an AI tool to come up with some smut because I know you like if you guys got kids or whatever. I think this one is not for them. However, we gonna get into this because I actually thought it was like really good. I was like, okay, act like a smut storyteller. Put some things together and let's see what we get. So I'm gonna share my screen because I want them to read it so I don't ruin the moment. So let me see. That's how we're going to start the show because I asked AI tools for a lot of stuff. Let me minimize that out the way. Um, so I told it to act like a smart storyteller and give me the most graphic story that you can find where a guy is seducing a woman as they're about to make love and ultimately they're about to make love, but ultimately do it. Um, and this is what it came with. So I'm gonna have it read it. Let me know if you can hear it.
The late afternoon sun cast long shadows across the small apartment, painting the bedroom in hues of amber and rose. Dust motes danced in the golden light, illuminating the space where anticipation hung thick in the air. He hadn't been with anyone in 2 long years, a drought that had parched his soul. Tonight, that was about to change. She sat on the edge of the bed, a nervous flutter in her stomach. He watched her, his gaze lingering on the curve of her neck, the soft swell of her breasts beneath the thin fabric of her shirt. He moved slowly, deliberately, each step a testament to the pent-up desire that thrummed through him. He knelt before her, his eyes locking with hers. He reached out, his fingers tracing the delicate line of her jaw, the warmth of her skin sending a shiver down his spine. He leaned closer, his breath ghosting across her lips. "You're beautiful," he whispered, his voice rough with emotion. Her breath hitched, her eyes fluttering closed as he brushed a stray strand of hair from her face. He cupped her cheek in his hand, his thumb gently caressing her skin. He felt the pulse quicken beneath his touch, a silent symphony of longing. He rose, his movements fluid and graceful, and began to unbutton his shirt, his gaze never leaving hers. The fabric fell away, revealing the taut muscles beneath. He reached for her, his fingers deftly undoing the buttons of her blouse. He slipped it from her shoulders, revealing the lace-trimmed camisole beneath. He trailed his fingers down her arms, his touch feather light, igniting a fire within her. He leaned in, his lips finding the sensitive skin behind her ear. He nipped gently, eliciting a soft moan from her lips. He moved to the bed, his body close to hers, but not touching. He watched her, his eyes filled with a hunger that mirrored her own. He reached out, his fingers tracing the outline of her body beneath the thin fabric of her jeans. He felt the heat radiating from her, a silent invitation. He leaned in, his lips brushing against hers, a tentative touch that quickly deepened into a passionate kiss. His hands moved over her body, exploring every curve and contour, igniting a fire that burned brighter with each passing moment. He broke the kiss, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He looked at her, his eyes filled with adoration. "Are you sure?" he whispered, his voice hoarse. She nodded, her eyes filled with a longing that mirrored his own. He reached for the zipper of her jeans.
Are you sure? Gold. Let's keep going.
His fingers trembling slightly. He slowly pulled it down, revealing the soft skin beneath. He moved closer, his body pressing against hers. He felt the heat radiating from her, a silent promise of pleasure. He leaned in, his lips finding hers once more. Their bodies entwined, a symphony of touch and sensation. The world outside faded away, leaving only the two of them, lost in the moment.
Mm, 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 mm. I mean, at this point, we might have to keep this going. I mean, shoot. Somebody said, can he get some consent? Oh, he got the consent. The consent was, are you sure? I mean, come on now. What better consent than that? I have to say, I mean, AI is y'all might be sleeping on some AI, but this stuff is getting really serious. So, what do y'all think I should ask it next? Because this is an AI show. Like I dabble in AI. Y'all know I like to play with it, and I mean, it is Valentine's Day, so you got to play with it. Anyway, um, I think that was actually pretty good. Got me a little sweaty over here. It's like, are you sure? It's like that's the only word he said the whole time. He had to say nothing else. It was just like, just make it. Yo, can I play with it? Like it was that close. So let's see what else we should do. Tell me. Shall I say just tell me more? Tell me more. Yeah, let's see what happens. Ooh, okay. I'm telling you guys, I might have to turn this into an AI book and go to the other AI um like tools just to kind of write out a full book. And then I'll because we're making it here for free. I'm gonna see if I can try to make it available on audiobook and actually have like a digital copy for like $2. But I think this is gonna be amazing. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we got, you guys. This is gonna be interesting. Think I get his voice together. Come on. Listen.
He traced the curve of her hip, his touch sending shivers down her spine. She arched into him, her breath catching in her throat.
Mm.
He cupped her face in his hands, his thumbs gently caressing her cheeks. He leaned in, his lips brushing against hers, a feather-light touch that promised so much more. He deepened the kiss, his tongue exploring the sweet depths of her mouth.
Mm.
She met his passion with her own, her fingers tangling in his hair, pulling him closer. The world outside the room ceased to exist, their universe shrinking to the space between their bodies. He broke the kiss, his eyes searching hers, a silent question passing between them. She nodded, her gaze locked on his, her desire mirroring his own. He moved lower, his lips tracing a path down her neck, his breath hot against her skin. He nipped gently at her earlobe, eliciting a soft moan from her lips. He continued his descent, his kisses leaving a trail of fire in their wake. He reached the waistband of her jeans, his fingers fumbling with the button. She helped him, her own hands trembling slightly.
Yo, it's always a button in the way. But Kiko, let's go.
He slowly pulled the zipper down, revealing the soft skin of her abdomen. He paused, his gaze lingering on the delicate curve of her stomach. He placed a gentle kiss there, a silent promise of what was to come. He moved lower still, his lips finding the sensitive skin of her inner thigh. She gasped, her body arching against his. He explored her body with his hands and mouth, each touch igniting a new wave of desire. She moaned softly, her fingers digging into his shoulders. He savored the taste of her skin, the scent of her perfume filling his senses. He moved back to her lips, his kiss fierce and possessive. He rolled onto his back, pulling her on top of him. She straddled him, her body pressed against his. He felt the heat radiating from her, a silent invitation. She leaned down, her lips brushing against his. "Are you ready?" she whispered, her voice husky with desire. He nodded, his eyes filled with a longing that mirrored her own. She lowered herself onto him, her movements slow and deliberate. He groaned, his body arching to meet hers. The world outside the room dissolved, leaving only the two of them, lost in a sea of sensation. They moved together, their bodies entwined, a symphony of touch and feeling. He cupped her hips, guiding her movements. She leaned down, her lips finding his once more. Their kisses were deep and passionate, each one a testament to the burning desire that consumed them. The rhythm of their movements quickened, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. He felt her nails digging into his back, her body trembling with anticipation. He knew she was close, he could feel it in the way she moved, the way she moaned his name. He reached up, his fingers tangling in her hair. He pulled her closer, his lips finding hers in a final, desperate kiss. And then, they were there, together, lost in a moment of pure ecstasy. The world outside the room faded away, leaving only the two of them, bound together by the intensity of their passion.
This is getting juicy. Should we give these character names? What should we name them? I want to give the guy names Gustavo or something cool. Give me a name. Give me something cool. Um, I don't know. Can't have like a boring name. Gotta have like something with some pizzazz, something that rolls off the tongue well. And we gotta give the girl a cool name too. What y'all guys thinking? Or should we have them like something interrupt them? Something has to interrupt this moment. What can stop it? So we got Anastasia for the girl. Okay. So we got Anastasia. We got to get a guy name. Help me out. So we got Anastasia. Ooh, Armando. Armando. Okay. We got Anastasia and Armando. 2 A names, which is I'm cool with. All right. What else? We got to figure out like, oh, I could just tell it like, hey, should we have like something disturbs them in their moment? Okay. Okay. The guy's name is Armando, and the girl's name is Anastasia. Something disturbs them in their moment. And what else? Okay, what else we got? I'm going to try to end the week. So I don't. Yes, please. Okay. Oh, a secret lover disturbs them. Perfect. Okay, let's do that. And let's see. A secret lover disturbs them in their moment. But who's the secret lover? The audience doesn't know who the secret lover is, who the secret lover belongs to. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. This is going to be a great story. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be fun. And then we can get into the financial piece about it, the whole single man's guide or whatever. Okay, let's see what it say. All right. Come on. There we go.
Armando traced the delicate curve of Anastasia's spine, his touch sending shivers down her back. The air in the small apartment crackled with unspoken desires, the late afternoon sun painting the room in a warm, intimate glow. He hadn't been with anyone in 2 long years, a drought that had finally found its end in Anastasia's arms. Her name, a whispered prayer on his lips, felt like a rediscovery. Anastasia leaned into his touch, her eyes fluttering closed. His scent, a mix of sandalwood and something uniquely him, filled her senses. She'd been drawn to Armando from the moment they met, a magnetic pull she couldn't explain, a secret she guarded closely. His fingers danced across her skin, igniting a fire that had been smoldering beneath the surface for weeks. He murmured her name, his voice husky with a longing that mirrored her own. He moved closer, his lips brushing against hers in a tantalizing whisper of a kiss. Their lips met, a spark igniting into a flame that threatened to consume them both. His hands explored the curves of her body, each touch a revelation. She met his passion with her own, her fingers tangling in his hair, pulling him closer. He broke the kiss, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He looked at her, his eyes filled with a hunger that mirrored her own. Anastasia, he breathed, his voice thick with emotion. She met his gaze, her heart pounding in her.
It's not giving the feeling it's supposed to be. Anastasia. Like, where's the passion? I know it's a computer reading, but we're here for it.
Her chest. She knew what was about to happen, and she wanted it more than anything in the world. She reached out, her fingers tracing the line of his jaw. He moved to the edge of the bed, his gaze never leaving hers. He began to unbutton his shirt, his movements slow and deliberate. The fabric fell away, revealing the taut muscles beneath. He reached for her, his fingers gently undoing the buttons of her blouse. As he slipped the blouse from her shoulders, a sudden, sharp rap at the door echoed through the apartment. Armando froze, his hand hovering over the clasp of her bra. Anastasia gasped, her eyes widening in alarm. The knocking came again, more insistent this time. Armando's jaw tightened. He glanced at Anastasia, a flicker of frustration in his eyes. He knew they couldn't ignore it. He rose from the bed, grabbing his shirt and quickly pulling it on. He moved to the door, his footsteps heavy with unspoken tension. Anastasia watched him, her heart pounding in her chest. Who could it be? And what did they want? Armando reached the door and hesitated for a moment, his hand hovering over the knob. He took a deep breath and opened the door, revealing nothing. The hallway was empty. He frowned, a sense of unease creeping over him. He stepped out into the hallway, peering around. Still nothing. He turned back to the apartment, a puzzled expression on his face. As he stepped back inside, he noticed a small, folded piece of paper lying on the floor just inside the doorway. He picked it up, his brow furrowed. He unfolded the paper, his eyes widening as he read the message scrawled across it in bold, uneven letters. I know about you and Anastasia. A chill ran down his spine. He looked at Anastasia, who was watching him with a mixture of fear and confusion. He knew, with a certainty that settled deep in his bones, that their secret was no longer safe. But who knew? And what did they want? The questions hung heavy in the air, a dark cloud over their stolen moments. The knock, the note, it was all connected. Someone was watching them, someone who knew their secret, and they were about to make their presence known.
Mm, 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 mm. Some tea is about to go down. I don't know, you guys. I think this was actually pretty fun. Okay, so man, I really think this could be a true. It could go either way. It can either become a true crime film, or it can become a love triangle novel, or it can become one of those like survival type things. I can see it go so many different ways. However, we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole tonight. I think this was a good start for our novel that we're gonna be putting together. Like, because I already taught you all how to create a KDP, which is published using KDP, which is a Kindle Direct Publishing. We all know how to actually publish a book. So, with this being said, obviously they say it's time to take a break. I created a little trivia for you all because it is Valentine's Day and I'm feeling a little generous today. Let me go ahead on and add my trivia that I just created. And it actually plays right through. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, hey, better luck next time. And it's only a few seconds, so let's see how it turns out. Because one of the things is that when it comes to, man, this stuff is pretty deep. I don't know. What do you guys think I should name it? I should name this story because I think naming the story would actually bring it to life, and then we can actually work on the artwork together. We can start building out this thing for the month of February. I mean, so I got like what? How many weeks left in this month? Should maybe be about. Oh yeah, this can be done in 2 weeks. So we can write a whole novel together, utilizing AI, and have it available on Kindle in no time. And if we actually become a top seller for smut, oh man, I thank all of you for putting this together. All right, so let's get to this trivia right quick. Let me know how y'all turn out. All right, all right, all right. How did y'all do? How did y'all do? Y'all make it out? Were y'all successful on that one? Figured I'd talk about the candy because it's like, it's what it is, what it is. Let me know what y'all think about the commercial. Tried that out a little bit. Okay, so one of the things about Valentine's Day, now that we got the smut reading out of the way, it's actually time to start talking about Valentine's Day and surviving it. So this article that I came across on GQ from like 2013, I actually thought it was pretty hilarious. And they're talking about the survival guide for a single guy, for some dude that's out there. And I just want to read this along. So the first thing they say, for those of you who are single, especially for the guys, and you know what, you just want to fail at Valentine's Day, these are the steps for you because it's so easy. Everybody can do this. So even if you're a guy or even a gal, this is for you. So the first thing you need to do is get comfy on a couch. Okay, just think about it as your base camp to set the bong. Okay. Number two, which is call and ask if Domino's will make a pizza in a in the shape of a heart. And they probably won't, but hey, at least you got a solid 10 minutes with a human being. Number three, when the delivery person comes, invite them in. You know what I mean? Who else is coming over tonight, right? You know, they might think it's weird, but whatever. More stuff for you. So number four is to is to eat your heart shaped pizza. Take a photo of it, maybe. I don't know. Somebody might like it on Instagram. Number five, bring out the booze. And then you realize that someone who got it for you for Christmas, and you figure like, hey, why not? Tonight's the night. You know, best friends for life, right? Number six, get drunk straight out the bottle. I'm sure hopefully you got your bottle tonight. And you know, you don't have to worry about no stupid girlfriend or boyfriend just stopping you. Just have fun. Hopefully you got yours. All right. And number seven, post your pizza, post your love pizza on Instagram or Facebook and tag your friends or your ex-girlfriends if you're still friends with them or boyfriends. Wait for the likes to pour in any minute now. Maybe tomorrow. It's okay. Number nine, realize that it was a horrible idea. So you can try to erase things on the internet, right? They don't keep your information. Number 10, watch a movie, like Love Actually or something. Maybe maybe in reverse. Maybe try to figure out like the best and worst columns or something. Number 11, don't eat ice cream. That's for chicks. I mean, remember this article was written in 2013, so I don't make this up. But the bong and booze, so it made you hungry. Thank goodness that you have that heart-shaped pizza. Number 12, realize your neighbors are home. Jesus. What's with bed springs, right? I think nowadays everybody uses slates and no box springs. Number 13, just go to bed early. Like, why have a sex marathon on V-Day, right? So cliche. Who does those? And number 14, stare at the crack in your ceiling. Did you really just have to eat the entire pizza? Let's just be in shame as you fall asleep. So I thought that was actually a pretty good article in the sense of thinking of how you can utilize Valentine's Day to your non-advantage. However, I've been a fatty and just be eating this whole thing of this is the Oh, this is the party size. A Chips Ahoy, the chewy flavor. I think I'm down to like one sleeve left. So, I mean, let's see. This is y'all gonna laugh at me. Y'all think this is actually a bottle of wine, and this is actually grape juice. So, this is called muscadine grape juice. But I thought it was in a cool bottle. I was like, oh yeah, I want some. So, can't have go wrong with your drink. Grapes. And just because I said that, I lost 4 people driving. It's funny. All right. So the survival guide. Now that we talked about the things that you don't need to do, here are the things that you need to do to be a winner in Valentine's Day. Number one, think about all the time that your loved one that you really care for is available to provide you with hints throughout the year of things that they wanted. So think about the things that they wanted for Christmas that they did not get and just get them that. So if you don't celebrate it often, that's okay. That's between you and them. Obviously, for the public, the PDA, people loved it, which is a public display of affection. Even if they don't really like the balloons or the flowers, but because you got them for them at a time when other people are looking, they do want it. I call it the child mentality or call it the sticker game. If you guys ever have kids and you give one kid a sticker, while the other kid is looking at them, the other kid will want a sticker. Or if one parent want a whole nother child, but because that child got like a balloon, your child all of a sudden want a balloon. They don't change their mind. They just get older. So as you get older, you want to make sure that you still keep that same energy. So if your wife sees somebody or your significant other sees somebody getting some flowers or a card or some type of gesture on Valentine's Day, best believe you are more than likely going to have to get something too. Just band all the guys that are in the room if you can ahead of time so that everybody can get the same gift or something like it. It just works out that way. If you really want to survive Valentine's Day, this is the way to go. And Ruthie, if you're still here, just want to let you know I did check the AI tool. I was able to get 300 credits. Thank you for making your account and creating your 10 songs. So thank you so much. And let's see what else we got. So if you're keeping that same energy on getting them what they want, okay, perfect. But remember, guys, this is something that we have to realize that this isn't about us. This is bigger than us. And even if a woman said like, oh, they don't want anything, oh no, it's okay. Get them something anyway. A card. If they don't like chocolate, get them ice cream. Talenti does fine. It's not a fattening ice cream, but it has that flavor that you can give them. It's really cool not project, but something that they can have on their end. And if you're single and you have other single friends that you're trying to provide for Valentine's Day, get them something. Just give them a call. Even if it's a balloons, a card will always work. Sometimes we can even send them food from Uber and be like, you know what? Hey, just think about you. Here you go. Nothing about it. It doesn't have to be a love thing. Just be like, yo, nobody deserves to eat alone. So just give me a call once you get the food, and just call it a day. And one of the things, it's okay to have virtual phone calls now. It's okay to have virtual dates, or even just hanging out virtually. Because they talk about Valentine's Day, but there should be one for guys too. Like, why can't we just hang out virtually and do different things? It's possible. Just saying. Just let me know what y'all think about that, because at certain times it does feel like it's very one sided, and it's like, but what about us? And I think about it sometimes as though it's okay to give, and the value in giving and the value of receiving. One of the things is that it's much easier to give than it is to receive. And what I mean by that is that you can easily give somebody $5, but if somebody else giving you $5, you feel like you need to give them something in return. You just can't accept the the things that are coming to you without feeling some kind of way. And I don't know. I just feel like, when people talk about them eggs and everything like that, so it's just really crazy how, life be life and somebody be like, "Oh, you got egg money like that? These price of eggs, that might be the Valentine's Day gift. Just gonna show up with a carton of eggs and some balloons. You ain't gotta show nothing else. Be like, yo, I got that egg money. What you got?" So let me know what y'all doing for Valentine's Day, if anything. So it's because if need be, I'll come on live and we'll just kind of hang out for a little bit. We can drink together. Um, but if we're gonna watch something, I'll have to set up a private Zoom account, a Zoom link, and then we could watch like movies on like Hulu, Disney, Netflix, Amazon. It don't matter. I could just stream it. One of the cool things about these streaming tools is that they allow you to do parties. I'm not sure if any of you know about this, but Hulu, if you log onto your computer, you can actually go into your Hulu account. And if you click on the video, it will say, like, hey, you want to create a party. And creating a party is to just send that link to a friend or a family member, whoever, and y'all can just watch films together. I've done it before with Amazon. I know Amazon has a viewing party. Netflix has one, but it doesn't work well. I do like the way our Amazon has it set up. Just send them the link and you can watch immediately. And I believe Disney has the same thing. Since Disney owns Hulu, why not use the same technology, right? So that is an option. And even if it's just not a friend, say if you got a family member, your mom, and that you like, hey, let's go down and try something like that. That'll be really cool. Um, all right. Thank you so much, Joy, for coming through. Greatly appreciate you. Hopefully you have a good one out there. Um, but yeah, so we coming up with a few minutes left. I just wanted to say, like, hey, we got some smut. I think we had a good start on our story. We can take it a lot further. And when it comes to the value of money and love, it's never ending. You got to make sure you have those conversations, tough conversations. You got to make sure that you have the ability to continue to have those tough conversations also throughout the year. And I have to say that that is really all I have. I've done some research and everything like that, and I was going to go through, how, from a woman's perspective on how to understand a guy's love language and, how to show quiet love, how y'all can pray together, and then how y'all can write thank you notes to each other, do little 10-second kisses, and like, what to do when it comes to Valentine's. just do the thing. Um, Even though it makes you awkward, it's okay. Remember, this is a platinum rule. You want to do or treat somebody the way they want to be treated, not the way you want to be treated. That is the platinum rule. So make sure that that is part of your process when it comes to being a Valentine's Day for somebody. All right. So went through all of that. We got our smut. If anything else, I have a couple shows coming up for the rest of the month. Make sure y'all sign up for the newsletter at aboutthatwallet.com/newsletter. And what else we got coming up? I think I'm gonna do Paula's episode. So Paula from Talking Stuff with P, we're gonna be getting into, you know, dealing with like depression, dealing with pushing through the hard times. And I think that would actually be a pretty good episode to kind of get through, especially when it coming right out of Valentine's Day, because we do have to think about that stuff. What is actually going on in our lives and how to move forward with it through the tough times. And also just smile. You can always put a smile on your face no matter how bad things are. That's one of the things that you can do right now. Even if you don't have Valentine's Day, if you want, you can always shoot me a Valentine's. I'll send something back. I'll do a digital like Valentine's Day card or something like that with this mug on the face. I don't know what I'll do, but I got you. If nobody sent you anything, I'm gonna say Happy Valentine's Day to you. 2024 is done. 2025 is here. New year, new you. Let's make it happen. All right, everybody. I am going to end this one. Y'all have a good night. Where's my outro music? Oh my gosh. Like, this is the reason why I don't like change too much, because they keep editing my stuff and throwing things out the window. All right. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace.